Vandy is going on the road to take on Texas. Texas is a 2.5-point favorite, despite Arch Manning's status for this game being questionable. He's in concussion protocol. Matthew Caldwell, the backup, will be the guy replacing him if Arch can't go. Vandy, to be as good as what they've been so far, has been a testament to how well Diego Pavia has played all year. And quarterback play, as I said earlier, oftentimes it's the difference in a lot of the outcomes of these SEC games. If you have great quarterback play versus the other team having okay quarterback play, you're going to end up winning more times than not in this conference, unless you just have a good quarterback and a team around them that just isn't really that good. Now, Texas, even if Arch Manning plays in this game, you have concerns about how many points they're going to be able to put up on the board against a very good Vanderbilt defense. Now, Vandy had a really good showing against Alabama. I don't care what the final score shows. That game was a lot closer than what the box score may indicate. Vandy's defense is a lot better than what they look like on paper. They have a lot of experience on that side of the football. Clark Lee is a defensive-minded coach as well. And if Vandy can get the 27 points, they're going to win this game. 27 is the magic number when you play Texas. Texas offense hasn't shown the ability to consistently be able to win shootouts. Now, they won a shootout against Mississippi State last week. They came back 17 down in order to do that in overtime, but Mississippi State doesn't have as good as a defense as what Vanderbilt has. And Texas, we're in week 10, and we still don't really know how good this team truly is. We've yet to really see Texas have a statement game that can make us go, okay, like Texas, maybe they could win the SEC. Maybe they could get to the college football playoffs. Vanderbilt, on the other hand, they had that statement win against LSU, against Missouri. So Vandy has been a lot more battle-tested than what Texas has been. And Texas, this is the start of one of the toughest stretches to end this season, because after you play this game, you got to go on the road and play Kirby Smart in Athens, a place that's really hard to win, and a team that beat you twice last year. So this essentially is as close to a make-or-break game for this season as what you're going to find for Texas right now, because if they lose this game, then you can already write the season being over. Vandy can afford a loss in this game because you can get in as a 2-loss SEC team with the bias that the committee has towards these SEC teams and the amount of rake wins that Vanderbilt already has under the belt. Plus, they end this season playing against Tennessee, who more than likely still will be ranked at that time. So Vandy has a lot more room for error than what Texas does. So for Texas, you have a better roster than Vandy. But are we actually going to see the talent that you have on paper play like the better, more talented team on the field? Because Texas can't run the football. Their offensive line has struggled, and their defense has been up and down. Like, giving 30-something points up against Mississippi State was a huge shock to me. I thought that defense at least could hold offenses to at least 20 points or less. Obviously, they don't have the ability to do that with how inefficient Texas has been on offense. And if you don't get Arch Manning, then it's going to be more important that the rest of the team is able to play up to the level of talent that Texas actually has, because you're going to have to be able to carry Matthew Caldwell. Now, Texas is one of the few teams in the SEC that I believe can still win games, even if they don't have the quarterback advantage, even if Diego Pavia goes off and he completely outplays Arch Manning or Matthew Caldwell. Texas is so talented and they have so much depth that they are a team that can overcome not having good quarterback play, because they have a roster that can carry a quarterback. Is this going to be a game where we actually see Texas look like the team that we thought they would be entering this season? Because the talent's still there. It's just the production hasn't been there. But every given Saturday is the mantra in the SEC. And I feel a lot of people still are overlooking how good Texas is because of the close calls that they've had over the last few weeks, barely edging out some of the worst teams in the SEC. But Those games were on the road. You barely beat Kentucky on the road. You barely beat Mississippi State on the road. You have home field advantage in this game. And Vandy, as good as what they've been, the last time we saw them on the road against a very good team, they had some issues against Alabama. You had some costly red zone mistakes from Diego Pavia, and they kind of had one of those games when nothing really was going their way per se. Their defense was more so carrying them throughout that game, and Diego Pavia just wasn't playing that well. If Diego Pavia ends up balling out and Texas team isn't able to elevate whoever they have at quarterback and Vandy gets to 27, Vandy probably wins this game. I'm going to take Texas to win, though. And I don't know how many other people are taking Texas to win this game, but I do believe that Texas will rise to the occasion. Their season's on the line. They're playing with house money. Their back is against the wall. And I do believe that the desperation factor is something that has been a large reason why we've seen a good amount of upsets when you got a team like Vandy that's more higher ranked than the other, going on the road. When you have a team that's in desperation mode like how Texas is right now, you normally tend to get their best game. And I think that we're going to see the best game that Texas has played all season long against Vanderbilt, which is very scary. Because when Texas is playing their best football, you make the argument that they're as good as anybody else in the country. It's just that the talent that they have in this roster just hasn't played up to expectation. But regardless of who they have at quarterback, with the talent advantage that they have, having home field in Austin, I like them to win this game. 21-17 is going to be my score prediction. I think that Vandy will get some points. I do think in the end, Texas will find a way to escape late in the fourth quarter.